So, good day, everyone. We are welcome to this second session of this event. So, our presenter today on this second episode is Mr. Philip Oposo. He's a data analytics trainer and LMS administrator. So, Mr. Philip Oposo, also known as Niger Data Man, is a seasoned data analytics trainer and learning management systems administrator with over a decade of experience in transforming complex data into practical insight for professionals across sectors. He delivers hands-on training in tools like Excel, Python, and SQL, empowering learners at all levels to analyze and interpret data confidently. His seasons blind data storytelling, visualization using Power BI, Tableau, and other platforms to support smarter decision making. So we are glad to welcome him here with us at NSW First International Conference, sharing valuable insights on data analytics, education, and applied learning systems. So, Mr. Philip, if you are online, you are welcome, and over to you.
Mr. Philip, I want to give a quick, for the new people that are just joining us, I want to give a quick history of NSW. So, NSW is Nigerian Society of Data Analytics and Business Intelligence Experts. And we are just a year old. We launched our 1st of January 2025. So, we are barely a year old. And within this year, we've done amazing stuff. This will be our first international conference, and the numbers are encouraging. Is amazing. I don't know if we have anybody that have any testimonies, probably what you've learned, what has been the advantage of you joining NSW, of you associating with us. What has changed in your career within this last 1 year of being part of us? Please, if there's anyone, can you please raise up your hand? Let me call you. Okay, Yusuf Musa, please. Can you unmute your mic, please?
Yes, good day to all. Am I audible?
Yes, you are very audible.
Yes. So indeed, like joining this career of data analytics, it was like so tough thinking that I cannot be able to afford to do it, even though I study statistics. But like due to the encouragement of like so many of our colleagues, like I was being able to like focus and do it so diligently up to the a situation whereby I learn a lot. And for now, any kind of data analytics stuff, if I cannot be able to solve it, I have people that I can contact. That is the most amazing part of this, joining this data analytics, and most precisely like this, joining this NSW society. So while joining it, like it was like just the time when it started, like just Mr. Dr. Noah just said that we are just going to open a society. I was like, how will this be? Like we are just amateurs. We have not learned well. How are we going to improve ourselves to stand better and just make ourselves the people we have always thinking we wanted to be? So, but I was so much amazed on seeing like how people come in, we come together, solve everything, and make sure that this society stands. That is the most amazing part of the journey, and I'm really impressed and happy to see how we are growing together. And I wish we can just keep it off and see a better days ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. So here we build a community, and it's a very large community. We have footprint in all the 36 states of the country. We are barely a year, like I said, and we have footprint in all the 36 states of the country, and we build a community, and we are going strong, and we are going to grow stronger. So, like what he just said, we are here to help ourselves. If you have any issues, we have our group. You can reach out to us on any of our platform, and we'll be ready to help. You have amazing colleagues that are ready to help you. So I think Mr. Philip is here now. Mr. Philip, are you here?
Yes, thank you very much. I have been here, but I just couldn't unmute myself. So thank you very much for that. Um, okay, so I'm going to just begin by sharing my screen immediately. But before then, let me. Okay, I don't know if you can see my screen right now.
Yes, you can see
Yes,
your screen, sir.
your screen is up.
Okay. So this is AI and the future of data professionals, how to adapt, thrive, and lead in the changing landscape. So I want to begin by congratulating, NSM DRB for this wonderful initiative. It is absolutely good. And I also heard from Mr. Yusuf, his mindset initially, but it's also important for us to know that nobody is a monopoly of knowledge and nobody knows it all. We are all learning and we'll keep learning, relearning and unlearning. But we are going to see how we as individuals and as organizations, we can actually thrive, because there is no gainsaying that the future is actually AI and the future is actually here with us. Okay, so I want to really, really appreciate this organization. And if you are here and you are not a member of this body, please kindly do so as quickly as possible. You can also check us out on LinkedIn, because I'm also a part now. Check us out on LinkedIn and see, what is happening. The future is actually here, and we need to also ensure that we get as many as possible involved in trying to make AI and data available to as many persons as possible. While thanking NSDBIA for this amazing initiative, I also want to thank the Nigerian University Commission, NUC, in collaboration with the First Federal Ministry of Education here in Nigeria, because of what they are doing to ensure that our students actually learn the skills required for the industry. Just last semester, I was talking to some of my social science students that I was teaching, they're economic students, by the way. So I was teaching them about applications of computer, right? Okay, I've started without even introducing myself. I'm so sorry. I just got carried away. Okay. So my name is Philip Oposo, and just a little introduction about myself, but everything has been said basically, about me. I've been privileged to handle trainings for reputable organizations like NDIC, NLNG, and Leadway Insurance Company. I've facilitated sessions at Lagos Business School. I'm still a facilitator at Pan Atlantic University and the Nigerian University of Technology and Management. I handle postgraduate and undergraduate courses. It's always a delight anytime I have an opportunity to discuss about data. It's something I'm very, very passionate about. And yeah, I believe we're going to have, an amazing time in this session. So so let's just set the ball rolling. So I was talking about my experience, teaching some undergraduate students, and I told them, they're economic students, they're economists basically. I told them that, look, this computer that you are learning is very, very important, but you should also realize that the way the world is going, you need to think more about how to implement data and AI to make your work easier. And some of them were like, Mr. Philip, please, I beg, we just keep with our traditional method of doing things. This computer is even too much for us. And I told them, look, the world is moving along AI. The world is moving around data. So please try to get the skills required. And I did not even know
that in the following semester, they are going to start handling courses on data and AI. Can you imagine that? So it means that even the NUC are forward-thinking people who have looked at the organization, they have looked at the industry. What do we really need? How can we build up our students to make them relevant in today's industry? And so they incorporated data into their curriculum. I know some universities have not yet implemented, they've not started, but it is something that we should also note. NUC has taken the initiative. So we are also using this opportunity to call on organizations, universities, institutions as well to adopt this new curriculum just to ensure that their students get the best, they're able to fit in. It is not compulsory for you to finish your studies and then you're looking for companies, organizations to work. You can actually, formulate the organization. You can actually make sense out of what you've learned by becoming solution providers. Okay, so as data professionals, we don't just go about looking for jobs. We create jobs because we try to solve problems. So there is always a problem to solve, and as such, there are jobs to be done, right? So people also call me Niger Data Man because I want everything. I want everyone in Nigeria to actually become very, very proficient in the use of data. I want people to use data for their competitive advantage to improve their efficiency and productivity. And we know that AI is a field that tends to make life easier, that tends to make tasks easier for us to achieve, right? So what are we going to be looking at in the course of today's presentation? Please confirm you can still see my screen and that you can hear me clearly. Please confirm.
Yeah, loud
Yes,
and
I
clear,
can
Mr.
hear
Philip.
it.
Okay, thank you very much. So in the course of this presentation, we will be looking at the revolution of AI, the changing role of data professionals, why humans still lead, because AI, as we know, is artificial intelligence. It is getting systems. I don't know, does anybody here know? Okay, I will get to that. I will get to that. So we're also going to learn about leadership in the AI, landscape. So everything we are saying here, in essence, is something is happening. How do we plug into this revolution? How do we become more relevant in the world of AI? What are the key things we need to do? What are the key things we need to know? What should we realize about this changing landscape? These are the little things we'll be talking about as we move on. Okay, so let's start by talking about the AI revolution. So we are saying here that this is not the end, but a new beginning for data professionals. A lot of persons are saying today that, AI is going to take your job, AI is going to take your job, and so data professionals are no longer relevant. But that is not true. Why do we say it is not true? We need to understand, first of all, that when we are talking about technology, we are talking about tools that would help to enhance your productivity, tools that would help you to work better and smarter. Today, if you want to travel from here to Abuja, you can actually go by air. And when you travel by air, within 30 to 45 minutes, you are there in Abuja. That is using flight. That is a technology that has been created, that has been made to make flying or to make transportation, to make movements easier for people. It makes it faster. And some will even argue that it's actually safer. Are we going to say that, because I'll be flying in the air, I don't have access to this and that, so I won't fly? We will not say that, because that technology has helped to make life easier. It has helped to make commuting also faster. That is the essence of AI. So if I ask us now, okay, if I just ask you this random question, I know we know that AI is a short form for artificial intelligence, but do you exactly, if you're asked to define AI, how would you define AI? I want to see in I want to see in the comments. I don't know if I can just stop sharing for a minute. I want to see in the comments here. I want to see, how would you define AI from your own perspective? I want to read a few comments from the comment section just to get your own definition of artificial intelligence. Yes, please. I have not seen any comments for now. I've not gotten any comments for now. This is meant to be an interactive session.
So in case there is anybody wants to give comments, use the Q&A session, the Q&A session. Just drop your comments there.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Thank you so much for that. So please, Mr. Ansikan, you kindly help me because it is not easy to be navigating the slides and then coming back, stop the sharing. So if there are comments, you kindly help me to go through them as we move on, or maybe there are questions along the way. Thank you very much, Mr. Ansikan.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I will go ahead and continue sharing. Just a minute, please. So, okay, let me just go and start sharing again. Yeah, I was talking about your own definition or your understanding of artificial intelligence. You know, I know everybody will say, oh, AI means artificial intelligence, but what exactly does that mean? What is the meaning of when we say something is artificial intelligence? Because we are talking about progressing with AI, you know, and so on and so forth. But if we don't understand what AI actually is, can you see my screen now?
Yeah. You are not seeing it.
You're not seeing it. Oh, apologies. Let me. Apologies for that. This window.
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, so I just want to go back to the slideshow. Okay. Yes. So I was asking us our own definition of or what we think artificial intelligence is. Okay, and since there are no comments for now, let me just because I don't want to assume that we all know, you know, what AI is. If you go to ChatGPT, if you go to Google or any search engine, there are tons of definitions of AI, you know, artificial intelligence, what it actually is. But what I want us to remember about AI is that it is a system or a device or a computer, basically, that enables you or that acts the way humans act. When you have a system that tries to replicate human intelligence, okay, that is the concept of artificial intelligence. Any system that tends to mimic the way humans act. Now, how do humans act? We tend to process. We learn by observation. We learn by practicing. We learn by trial and error. That is where the concept of machine learning comes in. So how do you create AI systems? You now use machine learning algorithms to help to create AI systems. Okay, that is where we talk about the supervised learning, non-supervised learning, reinforcement learning, semi-supervised, deep learning, and so on and so forth. All of these things help to create AI systems. Today, everybody makes use of AI, but do you also know that you can actually create AI systems apart from becoming a consumer? You can actually create an AI system. My students, I was telling you about, we've started AI courses and, of course, data science, fundamentals of data science as well. Now, do you know that after a few weeks of AI lecture, these guys were able to create currency detection model. They were able to create a currency detection or currency detector model. A model that identifies currency, whether it is 1,000, whether it is 500 naira. Why? We use no-code tools. So we are using AI to simplify your tasks. So there is absolutely no limits to what you can achieve right now. So let's talk about the AI revolution, you know, as we move on. Let's go on. Okay, I'm happy that everyone can see my screen right now. Now, what I'll be sharing with us, we are going to have there, because I always like, there's something I do to my students. Although you are not my students, you are professionals, right? I usually make use of notes a lot, because the slides usually doesn't convey everything. So if I'll be sharing this with you or with the organization later on, you will know that there are lots of points that you will find, in the lecture notes, in the class notes on PowerPoint, just to help you to know that there is so much more that we can benefit from. Okay, so now we're talking about the AI revolution. So AI will not take your job, which it will not. Okay, but organizations that are adopting AI, they are actually improving their productivity. So do not be afraid of AI. Don't be afraid of it at all, because we know that what is happening in the world today, it is driven by AI. So what you need to do is, how do I use it to make my own tasks, my own job, better? How do I use it to improve my productivity? We have different tools today that you can use. We have Julius, we have Rose, we have even Zoho Analytics. These are amazing tools that you can actually use. In our banking sector today, there are lots of fraud detection issues, but these are detected. Why? Because even banks today now depend on AI to help them to improve their productivity and their efficiency too, and their accuracy as well. One of the foremost body organizations today that successfully made use of AI is Netflix. Now, do you know that at the point in time, Netflix were struggling with closure? They were losing customers. In the world of data science, we would say customer churn. So customers were churning, customers were leaving their industry. They could not keep up with it anymore. What did they do? Netflix now went ahead and they went through their customer information, their customer data. They wanted to find out, why are customers leaving? We need to have customers, because we know that the more customers you have, the more productivity, the more profit you have, the more revenue you generate. But why are customers leaving the business? So they now developed a model. What did they do? They wanted to make customers feel like they were in control, and they created the recommendation system. Now, if you have watched cartoon before, maybe you like watching cartoons, you watch The Lion King, what the recommendation system will do for you is to recommend a similar cartoon. And so you don't need to spend time searching, what do I want? Because sometimes people get tired of searching. They just want a system that would automatically know what they want. So from your past record, they are able to recommend similar movies or similar cartoons. And they realized, after trying that for a period of time, they realized that most of the customers that kept on, coming back, that kept on renewing their subscription, the returning customers are those ones that actually use the recommender system. And that was where they got it right. So Netflix is a typical example of a company that made good use of recommendation system. So there are lots of organizations today that are making use of it. Even you, as a professional, you use ChatGPT, you use Grok, you use Gemini, you use DeepSeek. Why do you use them? To help to simplify your tasks. There is no gain saying that it helps us. So let us not be shy. Let us look at how do you use it. So if initially you used to spend 2 hours to generate some reports, if you need to spend 10 hours to actually make a comprehensive dashboard, now you have tools that you can use. But there is one thing that we need to realize. Having AI as a tool should not replace your human thinking, should not replace your human efficiency, should not replace your thought process as a human being. How do we mean? We'll talk about that as we move on. Okay. So, but what exactly is the challenging role of data professionals in the AI era? We've talked about people feeling like their job is under threat, but there is no point in feeling that way, because you can actually bring this AI and use it to make your job easier and faster. Now, I intentionally added some of these citations so that we realize that what we are saying is not just from head knowledge, or this is what Mr. Philip is saying. No, it is a fact that even reputable organizations today are looking at making use of AI in revolutionizing the way they work and in improving their productivity. I'm making use of that word productivity a lot because nobody does business to lose. Everybody wants to make profit. Everybody wants to gain. But if you want to make profit, you need to be able to make use of AI efficiently. But AI is nothing without data. So AI learns from data. And as a data analyst, as a business intelligence professional, you want to see how to use data to generate the right insights. That is where the human thinking comes in, right? So how do you generate the right insight? We need to understand the concept of problem solving. There are so many persons today that will just come in and say, oh, I'm a data analyst. Today, anybody that can just use Excel to create some charts will call themselves data analyst. But what should differentiate you? You should have the ability of solving problems. Problem solving skill is something that every data analyst should have. So even though we have the world of AI, even though AI, like the calculator, helps us to work faster and more efficient, why do we still say that humans should still lead? Why should you, as a human, not be scared? Because AI can never replace you. Don't allow anybody to tell you otherwise. AI can never, ever replace you. You are a human being. And as such, you have the ability to think critically. You have emotions. AI is what you feed it with, okay? And you can actually find a way to manipulate it a little bit. But as a human being, you have the ability to think critically. So what helps you to be able to think critically? Because you have emotions. You have the ability to perceive. You have the power of perception. The way as a human we perceive things is not the same way that AI perceives things. The power of perception differs and it varies as well. You also have the ability to be creative. And that is where the issue of domain expertise comes in. If you give two persons the same data set, create insights from this data set, somebody that is in a medical field will be able to generate more insights if you give him a medical data to work with. Someone that is in the education field will be able to generate more insight because he is in the educational sector, right? So what are we saying in essence? We are saying that as a human, do not be afraid of using AI. But what should give you that edge is your ability to think critically, is your ability to ensure that even the data that you are generating for the AI is devoid of biases and is accurate. Just imagine you generate it, because it is data set that you generate that the AI will work with. But what if the data set that you have is biased in one way or the other? You will not be getting the right insights that you need. And as a human being, we are also blessed with the ability in fact, we are ethical in nature. Probably not everybody. But as a human being, we have ethics ingrained in us. And as such, we are able to make decisions that are ethical. We're able to act because we have that humane consciousness in us. So it is true, according to Medium 2025, AI excels at automating routine tasks, but it actually lacks critical thinking, creativity, and ethical judgment. So as a human, never ever be scared of the progress of AI. Don't be scared of the things that AI is able to accomplish today, but you should recognize that AI is a tool for you that should help you. So use it as a tool, not as a competitor. AI is for collaboration and not for competition. Okay, so how do we ensure that we actually thrive? Because this is actually where we need to focus on. How do we thrive in the world of AI? So I'm going to just go through these 3 different points here. So as a professional, right, to remain relevant, we all need to continue to learn. There are tools coming up every single day. We have no-code tools. I mentioned the use of Google Teachable Machine for my students. They used it to create models that was able to detect currencies. You just imagine what you can do with image recognition systems. These are tools that are available to everybody, and in most cases, they are free of charge. Even at the end of this session, you can go ahead and just go on YouTube, go and search for Google Teachable Machine. In fact, just go to Google, because they even give you have templates you can work with. You have a video that will even teach you how to use it. Now, it helps you a lot with image recognition and sound recognition. Now, think of a project that you want to do that involves image recognition. You can do so much with it. You can actually do so much. Now, when it comes to sign language recognitions, you can actually use it as well, because it recognizes signs. So there is no limit. That is just an example, okay? But there is something else we need to think about. We are talking about skills to thrive. We are talking about relearning, upskilling. In fact, there is this thing I called the 3 adaptation feature pillars: upskilling, mindset shift, and collaboration. Right? So we need these 3 to be able to work. Why do we need them? Now consider this. The skills that we consider valuable in the last 5 years ago, skills, even tools that we consider, oh, this tool I cannot do without it today. Those tools, are they really still in use? Are they still valuable? Are they still valuable? So I want to ask you, if you have used Excel before, maybe in the last 5 years, and you are using Excel today, can you note any improvement that you have seen or you have noticed in Excel? Or is there another tool that you have used that you say, okay, yes, there is really an improvement? I want you to tell me from the comments. I want you to speak, please. I want you to tell me. Have you noticed any improvement in any of the tools that you have used? Because there are lots of tools today that we can learn, that we can really use to help our work to be much more efficient.
Thank you.
Okay, please go ahead, please. I can't hear you. Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, please, let's hear you. I saw a hand. Yes, please go on.
Mr. Emmanuel, you can unmute yourself and speak. Okay, sir, you can go on, sir.
Okay, no problem. So whenever you're able to speak, or if you can just read whatever is typing in the comments, we'll be happy to go through it. So there are lots of tools that we have available to us that helps to improve the way we work. So don't say that, oh, the company, that person used AI. Nobody says you shouldn't use AI. Oh, they were able to do it faster because they use AI. Who says you shouldn't use AI? But there is an ethical part to AI, which we'll not really have time to talk about. But we need to use it, we need to use it ethically. It's very, very important. There is an ethical use of AI. Okay? So we should not just think about using, but let's think about using correctly. Okay? So there are lots of ways and there are lots of things that we can do to improve ourselves. Today, with the advent of AI, we now hear things about like prompt engineering, AI workflow automation. Okay? What is prompt engineering? It's simply giving AI the right prompts to be able to generate the right result. That's all. So you can learn how to give AI the right prompt to get the right results. It is useful if you are using a tool like ChatGPT or other LLMs, that is large language library models. You can use them a lot. So why is prompt engineering a skill today? Because companies are moving from just using AI to operationalizing how AI works. So rather than just saying that, okay, I'm a data analyst, so I must only use Excel or a Jupyter Notebook or Google Colab. Google Colab, for example, is a very, very amazing tool that we can use. And I can tell you for free, there have been lots of improvements in the use of Google Colab. They have improved their intelligence. They have also improved their visualization so well, such that you don't even need to know Matplotlib You don't need to know Seaborn to be able to generate a very, very good chart or visuals for your data set. You don't need to know all of these things. All you need to do is to be able to understand prompt engineering. Once you know prompt engineering and just a little Python, what will the Python scripts help you to do? Of course, Pandas is a Python library, and Pandas is used for data manipulation. What will it help you do? It will help you to import your data set into the Colab environment, and from there, you are good to go. Just click, 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 and you've gotten your dashboard, you've gotten your visuals, I mean. So we need to think about how to really, look at ourselves as leaders. We are not just data analysts, but we want to be leaders in this space. And to be a leader in this space, we recognize that there is a need for us to improve ourselves. We need to be committed to the ethical practices of AI. We also need to look at how to encourage others, how to be solution providers, how to train others to help them become very, very useful. I'm very happy with what Mr. Yusuf said earlier when he said that, when he started, it was like, will I be able to do this? Will this be very, very, are you sure I'm technical enough? That is him being humble. At the end of the day, you can see the progress. And it also falls on each and every one of us. Let us remove that cap of, I cannot do it. It is too complex. It is too technical. Start from where you are. Nobody knows it all. He calls himself Nigeria Data Man. It means that he is the best data analyst in the whole of Nigeria. I did not say that, and I will never say that. What I can tell you for free is that personally, it is my responsibility. It is my personal goal to bring in or to create data consciousness in the minds of people. So when people hear Nigeria Data, what comes to their mind? Data. What exactly is data? I want to learn about data. What is he talking about? You see, so we are sparking interest in people because I believe that there is so much we can accomplish. There is so much that we can do in the world of data, in the data space. There is so much. In fact, there are lots of jobs available if only we key in to this field of data in line with artificial intelligence. So data is like the new oil, but AI is a refinery. So data will always have its own value, but AI can be used to generate the right insights from the data. So as analysts today, we know that there is this focus on data collection, data cleaning. Even today, I still taught my students how to data clean. We talked about null values using the null methods and .sum using .info, removing duplicates and so on and so forth. We discussed that even today. So we focus on cleaning data, and to be sincere with you, most analysts spend more time cleaning the data than in the actual visualization, because when you don't have a clean data, your result will definitely be wrong. And which means any decision based on those on that insights will be faulty. So cleaning data, data pre-processing is very, very important for data analysts. But let us not just stop there. We can actually improve, okay? Because we know that today we have data scientists. Of course, data scientists is a broader spectrum. It has more to do with applying mathematical, statistical concepts, machine learning algorithms to help to uncover insights and make decisions. So you can make use of tools like Python and so on and so forth to help you to become a good data scientist. So you can actually upskill. You can progress from being a data analyst to becoming a data scientist, or you can also become AI product manager. Okay, you can become a prompt engineer. So these are the different ways. So there must be a strategic process. We need to identify it. Okay, so ask yourself, where do I want to be? What do I want to do? Are you strategic about it? So if you know that you want to climb to the 4-story building, you need to start from the first floor and then you move to the second, third, and fourth floor. That is where goal becomes important. So what is your goal? If your goal is to be a prompt engineer, what are the baby steps? What baby steps do you need to take to actually get to that point? So it's very, very important to realize this. Positioning too is very important. Some of you are so good at what you do, but you lack the confidence to promote yourself. And I always tell my students and sometimes my participants when I train organizations, if you don't market yourself, nobody will market yourself better than you. So if you want me to promote your business, want me to promote your skill, and you are not sure of yourself, how will it be? A few weeks ago, an agency reached out to me from the UK, and they said, please, we would like to speak with you on the phone. I said, no problem. I gave them my phone. They reached out to me via WhatsApp. And they said to me, please, we have a client somewhere at Ikeja. If you're in Lagos, you will know where Ikeja is. So it's a company, but they have a place where they want to have, the location is Ikeja, where they want to have this training session for that company. And I said, okay, no problem. When is it? They told me. I said, okay, no problem. We agreed on price and everything. Now, I forgot that I already had an intensive week for my MBA student at another university, right? So it actually clashed. So the week I was supposed to be at the Ikeja for the training is that same week I was going to be in person teaching my MBA students data analytics. So I quickly called the agency in the UK and I said, please, I'm sorry, I will not be available. I showed them proof so that they don't think that, oh, that I'm being, I'm just doing shakara. I showed them proof that, look, this is why I cannot take this. And they said, please get us somebody that you can trust to handle this task for us. Now, they told me that they went through my LinkedIn profile and they were able to see that, look, this is the person that we need. This is the person that we need. If you go through my LinkedIn profile, there is no way you will see that I call myself, oh, I'm the best in this, I'm the best at that. No. But I'm just trying to explain some of the things I do and the benefits people can get from doing it. They now told me, please, I should help them to get somebody. What have I become? A recruiter, a job recruiter. Although it's not the first time anyway. It's not the first time. Now, when I send them, so there is actually somebody else, a data analyst, very good data trainer. So I sent his profile to them. And they said, okay, Philip, please give us some time. Let's go through his profile and see. I told them that, look, this guy is very good, right? And they told me, okay, no problem. Since you recommend him, we have no issues. We are going to use him. And he finished his training and he sent me a message and said, thank you very much. The agency reached out to me to thank me. And even he himself, he actually showed appreciation for the service. And for me, it is a win-win situation. The sky is big enough for every bird to fly. But just imagine, if I had not known that that guy is also very good at what he does, I would not have the guts or the confidence to recommend him. So if you are good, are you the only one that knows that you are good? Do your neighbors know what you do? Do your friends know what you do? Do we know what you do? Do you promote your work? Do you show us your worth? So that when there are opportunities, they will remember, oh, yes, that guy, he has done something like this. Do you have a portfolio that illustrates what you are doing, what you have been up to? What does a portfolio speak? What does it say? Are you really looking to improve yourself, or you just want to remain stationary? If you go on TikTok, go on YouTube, Twitter, you will see that everybody, I'm a data analyst. What is your differentiating factor? What differentiates you from the rest? What is that thing that people will see and say, oh, okay, this guy is the person that would call? What did this organization see and say, okay, let us call Philip to handle this session? So you should have a differentiating factor as a data analyst, as a business intelligence professional. That is something that should come from you yourself as an individual. So it is true, I know the time is already fast spent, but let's just go through this. It is true that AI is transforming data-driven industries today. It has lots of benefits that we can also see. I've mentioned the point of productivity, increasing productivity. You can see it there according to PwC. Now, PwC, it's a very, it's a big company anyway. They are global. Now, do you know that they actually trained over 375,000 of their employees on AI skills? Because they recognize that AI is something that almost everybody in the tech world today make use of. If you are writing code, you use AI. Nobody is telling you not to use AI. The other day, I was on a platform and I said, and it's free. I just told myself, let me even do something on this platform. And I just use prompts. I said, I want to create a game about data. In fact, the name of the game is Niger Data Play. Niger Data Play. And I said, okay, I want to create this game that will do this, that will make it easy. I my prompts. When I was done, do you know that this system generated not just the program, but the solution? In fact, I was able to just deploy it just like that without typing a single line of code. Without typing a single line of code. And it's actually running, as I speak with you now, it's actually running online today. But of course, if I want to add some more functionalities, if I want to add like live weather reports, I need to now pay for APIs and things like that just to make sure that I add more value to it. But basically, it is running. So we are saying today that even if you are a programmer, you still need AI. It simplifies your work. When I traveled to Kaduna for a training, one of the participants told me that that I cannot. He's a programmer, very good programmer, and he said, "Oh, what can I do without Copilot, Microsoft Copilot? What can I do without it? I love it so much. I use it for my tasks. I use it to debug my errors. I use it for this and that." So, as a data analyst, as a professional, what are you doing with your skills? AI is here to stay. Let us not even debate that. AI is here to stay. Now, let me tell you what some institutions are doing today. They are creating AI policies. Are you seeing it? So they are not saying don't use AI, but they are creating policies to govern the use of AI. So don't tell somebody don't use ChatGPT, don't use Gemini, don't use this. Why? If it makes work easier and faster, why tell them not to use it? What you can do is to create policies that would govern the usage. But as an individual, as a professional, see how you can use it, because whether you use it or not, organizations are using it. And if you want to play a major role in becoming a part of the modern day industry, you need to also put on your thinking cap and see how you can make good use of AI. So AI really is transforming. In fact, it's not just transforming, it has transformed the industry. Initially, like last year, we used to say that, oh, it is an emerging technology. Data analysis is an emerging technology. IoT, big data, cybersecurity, they are emerging. They're no longer emerging. They have emerged and they are here to stay. So the question is, are you ready? Are you ready? So the next 10 years, the next 5 years, we even see a surge in the use of AI. So you must be ready. Everybody, you and I, must be ready to fit in. We must be ready to key into where the world is leading, where the world is heading. So if there is a path, and that path is leading you to success, do not shy away from embracing that path. So as a data professional, please, I'm calling on you to think of AI as a collaboration tool that you can use. Use AI for creativity. As you can see on the slide here, view AI as a powerful co-pilot that amplifies your creativity and provides strategic insights. That is very important. If you are technically talented, if you are gifted technically, please think of how to use it ethically. Think of how to use it to improve your output. So develop hybrid skills. Don't remain isolated. Don't remain in the past. Focus on the future, and the future is AI. Actively work across, diverse teams to seamlessly integrate AI into existing workflows and foster a culture of innovation. What does that mean? What we are saying here is, rather than sitting down and focusing on just a particular aspect of your work, I am just a data analyst and I'm stuck with the traditional approach of doing things, just using my Excel. No. Think of how you can integrate AI into your system. Even if you have a structure that you are using presently to work, think of how AI can be used to improve that workflow. Think of how AI can be used to improve the structure of what you do. Because we are trying to create a culture of innovation. We are trying to create a culture that simplifies our tasks. We are trying to create a system that will help us to work better and smarter. Okay, so what do you want to be? Do you want to be just a data handler, or you want to be an AI-enabled leader? The choice is yours. If you want to stick to manual analysis, reporting workflows in the old way, which is the way we are doing things before, if you want to stick to that, I would never recommend that. But I'm saying that you should become, as long as you are on this call, please, you are expected to be an AI-enabled leader. Not a passive leader, but an active leader. You want to be one that will improve strategic thinking. You want to be one to improve the strategic direction of your organization. So let me even ask you, if your organization, maybe your CEO should ask you today, Mr. Emmanuel, or Mrs. Linda, should we invest in AI now or wait? What should be your response? I want to see your response in the comments, please. If your boss should ask you, from all what we've discussed so far, and what you have learned and what you know, do you think that it is wise for you to invest in AI now, or you should wait till the future? What do you think? So what are we saying in our comments? Can you just, if you are answering yes, just give a very short reason why you're saying yes. And if you are saying no, give a very short reason why you are saying no, please. I want to read maybe one or two comments from the, I want to read one or two comments, please. Are we getting comments? We have over 150 persons on this call. Okay, yes, Madam Loretta. Okay, please go ahead, let's hear you.
I would say yesterday. There should have been yesterday, because the trend is already moving, and they're already asking today. They're already too late. That would be my advice to them. So definitely yes.
I'm applauding you for that, because that's a perfect response. So it means that you even tell your boss that you are behind time already. Why are we even waiting? And you should have even in the way you handle things, they should have seen it in you that this person is really it's a driver. Okay, Madam Loretta, I just want to tell us something.
No. I'm trying to put my hand down.
Okay, no problem. So according to I think there's somebody else that raised up his hand. Okay, nobody. Okay. So according
exactly.
Sorry?
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity to ask this question. Yeah, if I'm given the chance to recommend, I would recommend positively to my office, but in public sector, such decision is not easy to take, because it is a policy issue that needs approval of the FEC or whatever. You may have a very good proposal and send it, will stay there 5-10 years before they will even approve it. And the implementation will also be a difficult one. To me, it will be easier in the private sector. And the public sector needs AI actually to make their work faster and effective. But the problem we have here is the difficulty in approving such idea.
Okay, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That's a very practical way to look at it. But there's something I want us to look at. You know, there is a way we address things that make people want to buy into it. This thing we are talking about, insights, generating insights for data-driven decision making, is very simple. Oh, let me use a calculator as a typical example. When you ask somebody, 9 times 9, they will tell you 81. 81 times 9, the person start thinking. 999 times 9, the person start thinking. Okay, the person might eventually get the answer, but it has taken much time. Where's a calculator? It gives you the result faster. What am I saying? When you are able to clearly show your organization that, look, if we use AI, this is the result. In the next 5 years, see where we'll be. If we're not using AI, in the next 5 years, see where we are going to be. That is a decision based on data. And like I always say, data-driven decisions is devoid of bias and emotion. So the organization would, I know sometimes because of some bureaucratic process, it might take some time in actually making the decision. But if they know that the decision is to actually embrace AI, at least they will eventually make it. Even if it takes 2 months, even if it takes 1 month, they are going to take it. And some organizations work in this way that there's what we call unit testing and system testing. So in your unit, if you are using AI, people are seeing the productivity, they're seeing the efficiency, they will definitely want to embrace it. So as a person, it starts with you first. Are you seeing value in the use of AI? Are your team members seeing value in using AI? Then gradually it can trickle down to the entire establishment, and AI will no longer become a thing. Like Madam Loretta said, it is a question of using it yesterday, not even today, because we're already late. And I agree with that a lot. So in conclusion, we are saying that we need to adapt, first of all, because we have gone past the issue of, oh, it is going to come, it is emerging. It's no longer emerging, it is here. So your AI future should have started yesterday, not even today. But if it has not started, please let us start it right away. It is very, very important. Okay. So it is true that the era of AI, or what we are saying today, there are challenges because we hear things like deep fake. Okay, deep fake, you cannot tell what is true and what is not. So those are the part of the ethical parts I said we cannot talk about now because of time. Maybe in the course of this conference, there might be somebody that will address the issue of ethics. But the point is, it doesn't stop the fact that it's like saying that, oh, because people are having accidents, people are driving, they're having auto accidents, and so I will not have my license, I will not drive. No. In everything, there are challenges, there are dangers, but will the benefits outweigh those challenges? The answer is yes. So AI is rapidly reshaping data professionals today. Embrace it as an opportunity for unprecedented growth. Take note. Embrace AI as an opportunity for unprecedented growth. Prioritize upskilling in AI. Start learning prompt engineering. Start improving in your problem-solving skills. Start learning how to grow, how to move from data analyst to data scientist, just to improve your skills. Try to have that differentiating factor in you. If we have 100 data analysts, what should differentiate you? Why should we pick you as the person for the job? So be a champion for ethical AI, transparency, and building trust, not just within your organization, but within yourself. If we are able to do this, we can unlock AI's full potential to create smarter, fairer, and more innovative systems and organizations. So it therefore falls on each of us present here to think of the best way of using AI. We use it for our own competitive advantage. We use it to improve our productivity, our efficiency. We use it and we use it wisely. We use it not because we are lazy, but because we want to work smarter, not just harder. Work smarter and not harder. If you want to perform specific tasks, there are different productivity tools that we can use. If you want to analyze your data, there are different tools that you can use that gives you results faster. This presentation cannot possibly cover everything, but I want to believe that from what we have gotten so far, I know some of us are aware of some of these things. So this is like an awareness exercise again, just to reorient us again on some of these things that we already know. But if we have not recognized the need now, let us remember that nobody should bully you into saying that don't use AI, Jare, is not ethical. There is ethical use of it. So you leaving this conference at the end of these 3 days should be able to walk boldly into the future of data and AI leadership. We need AI leaders. We need propellers, those ones that would help. Because in Nigeria, we need improvements. We need more development. We need more innovative thinkers. We need more and we need more and we need more. We need you to put on your thinking cap and step on into the field of AI and data. Because if you do, I know some of us will say, it's not about money. There is money in it. I will never even lie. There is money in it. But apart from the money, there is value. Just think about it. Imagine you are able to say, oh, I've helped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 persons to improve their businesses. Oh, I've helped that person to improve their process. Oh, I've helped them to improve their productivity. Oh, I've helped them to reduce waste. Just because of your knowledge in data analysis, and you are now making use of AI to make the process faster, you can actually automate all of these things. So once again, I know I've thanked the organizers, but I'm also very big on time, and I know it's 12:03. So I want to thank the organizers again for giving me this stage. It's just unfortunate that I couldn't get as much participation as possible from you, the audience, because I usually have very, very interactive sessions. So I want to thank the organizers for giving me this stage, and I also thank you all so much for being the future of data and AI in Nigeria and beyond. Remember, the future does not necessarily belong to the most technically gifted people, but it belongs to those who learn more skills and combine them in creative ways. Not those ones that overwhelm themselves with, oh, I want to learn this, I want to learn this, I want to learn that. If it is one of the skills you want to learn it well and use it profitably. Don't be a jack of all trades and a master of none. If you can learn one skill, you can be a jack of one trade and master of one. You are better than the jack of all trades, I'm telling you. So just find that thing in you. Find that AI skill or that path. If you do that, I'm telling you, within the next 6 months, you would see a drastic change, not just in your problem-solving skills, but also in your bank account. So thank you all so much. I don't know if there are questions. I would like to just stop sharing now and then take questions if there are.
Thank you very much, Mr. Philip Okwosu. It's a beautiful section. You actually did quite very well. Thank you. We appreciate that. Before the question and answer session, which will be handled by Mr. Arewa. Mr. Arewa, just get ready. So, just a little recap. You talked about, the AI revolution. That AI revolution is not the end. Okay, but a new beginning for data data professionals. You talked about, you also gave definition of AI, that is any system that tries to mimic or recreate human activities. That was good. And then that we use AI to simplify our task. You went on to talk about changing roles of data professionals. How do you do that? It's now left for the professionals, to upskill their skill, to be able to fit into those roles, those new roles. You talk about why humans still lead, and then why humans still lead, because we have emotions, the machine, they don't have, and then we have the problem solving skills, critical thinking. We can do all that. We are the one that do prompts, these tools to do what we want them to do. So human will still lead as we have it. And then you also said that the power of perception differs between humans and AI. That is why humans will not be eradicated completely. Yes, fine and good. The number will reduce in terms of those that are not taking advantage, to upskill, to learn these new tools. Definitely. So you talked about so many things there. Just key point. You said that data could be the new oil. Yes, we do say data is the new oil, the new gold. But then AI is the refinery, meaning that AI is the one that will come to refine, data as it is. That's everybody rushing into. You talked about so many things. You talked about self-disbelief, like Mr. Yusuf gave that testimony, that we should just take that out of our mind. We shouldn't, look down that we can't do it. It's too tough. Yes, it may be hard, it may be tough, but then step by step, gradually, we should be able to chew it, to learn these things. So you talked about, yes, you talked about marketing yourself. I couldn't get enough of that. In our former webinars, one of our speakers, actually dealt so much on that. Yes, you are good. Right now, we still have them. We have, like you rightly said, we have plenty good guys amongst us. But then what do we need to do? We need to put ourselves out there, the portfolio and the work we've done. We have to just keep pushing them out. You have to market, tell people, tell every nook and cranny, you can do this, you do this. Social media is there to help and as well. So nobody will market it for you. Don't market yourself. Nobody will market yourself for you. And quite well, some of us are actually doing that quite well as well. Then you talked about what we are before, data handler, that we should move from being data handler to becoming AI-enabled leader. Okay, so we've learned so much from this session. You talked about using AI for creativity to improve our output, our productivity, which at the end ultimately leads to increase in profits. So much. Thank you very much. So before I hand over to Mr. Arewa, one of us actually asked a question before now in the first session. So I'll just quickly go there. The question is answered already. I told him, but I'll just quickly go there. The person asks, like 2 in 1. Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay,
I can hear you.
So yeah, thank you. So the person asks that he wants to know how AI will affect data in education. One question. The second one, will AI replace teachers? So the first one, how AI will affect data in education, is simple. We have data in education sector. How do you know the rate of people that pass in a particular state, pass WAEC, pass JAM? You just deploy your AI tool to make the work easier than just the manual, computing and all that. So how do you know the rates? And then with that, you now bring up informed decisions, policy making by government. Okay, this state is low in the pass rate, in the pass ratio, success ratio. Then they will deploy more resources for more trainings and the like. So data is, of course, very, very important in education. Then for the second part, that says that will AI replace teachers? Not at all. Yeah, it may reduce a few for those that are not upskilling, but it will not replace teachers, because humans are the ones behind the AI. Humans are the ones to prompt the AI on what needs to be done. So the job for the humans is now to learn these skills, to learn as they're coming in, day out. It's our job to learn it. Okay, so thank you very much. So for a few other questions, Mr. Arewa, you have the floor.
All right, thank you very much, Director. You have actually said everything that I already had in mind to put back to the speaker. I'm very grateful for that. Before I proceed to the question and answer, I will just have to, share my personal experience, how I really, really, it's going to be a short one, how I really, really agree with the speaker, right? When I started working, I was the report builder in my company, right? So also what I usually do is when we get a new business onboarded for using our product, which is creating solution using Power Platform and all. So I'm the data analyst, they're building reports. So I get the business need, I get the problem statement and everything is understandable. But usually the one of the challenging part is, yes, I know how to create charts, I know how to create dashboard, I know how to create Power BI reports and everything. But then, with different companies, different business, these things are like customization. You need to know how to customize a solution precisely for each client, right? Sometimes I'll have to think for hours, sometimes I will have to take a walk and just free my head in order to know how to begin in the first place. But ever since I discovered Gemini Canvas, it has become so easy for me. All the thought of how to start my report and everything, I just explain. This is where prompting comes in. I just have to prompt Gemini using the Canvas mode, and it will create a very fine dashboard for me, which I would then have to, be the one to put my additions and subtraction from there. And then the problem of how am I supposed to start, how is the layout is supposed to be, and everything is solved within few seconds of prompting. So thank you very much for that, Mr. Speaker. You really talked about me personally. So in view of that, I'm going to proceed with what I am here for currently, and I can see 6 hands raised up, and I'm going to start from the first person I'm seeing on the list here, Mr. Babatunde Johnson. I'm going to enable your microphone now. All right, Mr. Babatunde, the floor is yours. You can ask your question.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity to join the call and also to learn from our experts. Actually, my question is in twofold. Initially, when Mr. Philip was talking, of course, he mentioned, and of course, I heard some people saying, "Oh, they study statistics, they knew about these things." But I want to ask that, what advice will you give us? That, let's say, for instance, I studied political science education, so I actually love the statistics, so I don't have more courses to do on it unless what I do online on training on how to use these tools. So, what can you recommend for us to be able to understand much of this concept? Because I believe the analytics or whatever it is not really about knowing the tools and all of that, but there are also some statistical basics and some statistical modelings we need to know about. So what can you recommend for us to do to at least upskill to that level? And then my second question is about us, for instance. Also, it's just related to the first question, that of course we know when you are trying to check online and applying for jobs and all that, most of them, they will just say, okay, qualifications is in data, maybe they studied something related to statistics, economics, and so on and so forth. So what can you advise us that are not in that field, but we actually kind of crossing into that particular field? What can you advise for us to leverage on? I hope you get my question, sir.
Okay, I don't know if I can go ahead.
Mr. Babatunde, are you done with your question? That's what he's asking.
Yes, I'm done with my question, sir.
All right.
Okay, can I go ahead?
Yes, sir, you can, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm quite impressed that somebody that studies political science, is actually here with us. I'm very, very happy. I used to tell people that data is for everybody. It's not just for data scientists or economists or computer scientists. Data is for everybody. As long as you understand what data is, and everybody handles data. As a political person or a political scientist, you know about elections, you know about names of past and present governments and governors, presidents, and so on and so forth. So if you are able to, the first step is you know Excel. All of these things can be presented into like in an Excel or in a CSV format. And you also have strength in maybe research design or research analysis as a political person. So what I would recommend is, first of all, take your time, understand what data is. Data we know means raw facts. To generate insights from raw facts, you need the data set. The data set will be able to give you everything that you need to work with. It is your domain. So start by learning political data. When you get political data, how do you now make sense out of it? So let's take an example of a political data. A data that contains, let's say, polling results, or for a different poll. You can generate the number of males, the number of females that voted in that place. That is insights from that data. You can generate the average age or the total number of people that voted. That is insight. Now, regarding the issue of portfolio, so the point is, the first step is you are already here. That is already a good step. You are here, so it means that you are ready to learn data. So you have already you have gotten that first step spot on. So by being here already, that is fine. So the next step is just study more, learn more about data sets that relate to your field, and start making sense of of them the way I just explained now. That would really, really help you. And I mentioned in the presentation domain expertise. It is important for you to stick to your field. If you understand data analysis very well, for example, you will be a better political analyst than I can ever be, because it is your area of specialization. Regarding the issue of qualifications, what people want to see is, can you do it? Do you have the skill? That is where portfolio creation, portfolio management comes in. So what does a portfolio speak? You are a graduate already. It means that you have the capacity to be a data analyst. But you need to be able to work on projects. There are different tools, or there are different sites, there are different projects that we can give to you that would help you. You can actually put them in your portfolio to demonstrate knowledge in that particular field. So I think we can start with that, and then we'll see where that actually takes us. So I don't know if Mr. Nsikan is also an expert in this field, so you might have one or two suggestions for you. But that's just my own take on the matter.
Okay, Mr. Ariwa, continue. The next person.
Oh, all right. Thank you very much, Mr. Philip, for that. I think the next person there is Ms. Folashade Akinloye. So I've enabled your microphone now. You can go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, very clear.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for this session. That's been quite educative and a lot of insight. My question goes to these AI tools in general that we've been talking about that we can use. Apart from ChatGPT, I know that there are some tools that are enabled, that are embedded in Microsoft 365. For example, like the Copilot, I'm quite familiar with Microsoft 365, say Excel and the Power BI. But I have challenge using the Copilot because I've been trying to use it for some weeks now, but it's telling me the workspace, there is restriction on Nigeria, more like in Africa. It's only South Africa and one other. So I want to know, are there other tools that we can make use of? Are there other AI tools that we can make use of that can enhance our productivity? That's my question. Do you get my question?
Yes, I got your question. I don't know if I should start responding immediately.
Okay, do you want to take we should take like 2 or 3 questions, then you take them at once? Something
Okay,
like
that would be fine. That would be fine.
All right. So, Mr. Ariwa.
Okay, thank you very much for that. I think then after Ms. Folashade, the next person is Mr. Frank, and then Mr. Obinna. Thank you. Mr. Frank, first, I'll activate your... So Mr. Frank Izobo, you can go ahead now, please. Mr. Frank, are you there? You can unmute yourself. Your microphone has been activated. All right. Okay, Mr. Obinna, are you there?
Yes, yeah. Good afternoon once again.
All right. Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, yeah. My question is this. He has answered one of them, but then the other one is, what are the best ways to handle the issue of plagiarism responsibly in the era of AI? Because most times, if you want to do something, AI may actually just give you 100% of what you're looking for. And that originality, might not be there. Yes, I know you can change 1 or 2 things to suit. I'm looking at the best way to handle it so that our contributions will also count, not only AI. That's number 1. And the last one is, I have an economics background and I work as a procurement officer. I want to know how effectively I can use AI tool to make my work seamless, integrate both economic and procurement knowledge, with the use of AI to make my work easy, so that whenever I'm going for the management meeting, I can easily use dashboard to express my report to the management people. So that's my question. Thank you.
Okay. Maybe I should take this too before it gets to...
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the first question the madam asked is, other than using Microsoft Copilot, what other AI tools could she actually use for our insights? Now, in the course of the presentation, I may have mentioned some of them, but let me just go back to the slides. So I have the Julius AI. So there is actually no limit. If you even go on ChatGPT, or go to Google, go on Google AI search, you will see a host of them. But let me just go through some of them, that I know that are very, very good. Julius AI is good. Then Zoho Analytics is also very good. Now, some of them, they have free version that you can use. Then afterwards, if you want to do some very, very major activities, or depending on the number of times that you have used it, will not start asking you for payments. We also have Source Table. Okay. So I've mentioned Julius, I've mentioned Zoho Analytics. There's also Source Table, and I know that we know ChatGPT very well, so I will not mention ChatGPT, but it's also a good tool, and Gemini as well. We also have Notion. There are lots of tools, basically. So it is a problem that you are solving. And I'm going to also merge it with the question that the last speaker asked regarding how to use those tools for its economic problem. It is your ability to, the tools are there, but it is you having that ability to identify the right prompt. That is where prompt engineering comes in. So if your task is to forecast economic data or to look at, like you mentioned, procurement, how to help your procurement, these tools that I've mentioned can actually still help you. But remember that you need data. So it is the data that you have that you are going to feed into the AI system, and it is your prompt that you give the system that will help you to generate what exactly you are looking for, that will help you to make the right decision. Even your Power BI and your, when you add Power BI with your Copilot, your AI Insight, it can actually still help you, So these are tools that we can use that can actually help to improve our productivity. So I don't know if we've gotten some of those tools. Now, the other question about using AI for educational purposes, plagiarism. Now, if you, for example, make use of a tool like Turnitin. So Turnitin allows you to actually check for AI similarity. Turnitin actually helps you. Although there are some students that are so smart, I will call them smart because they are trying to fool the system. They will start adding some white spaces, in their reports, some gibberish that will be, penciled out. You will not see it, but they are there, so that the system will not be able to detect it. So when you try to pass it through the AI system might not detect anything wrong with that, but that is not good. We are promoting the ethical use of it. So we need to educate ourselves and also educate our students. Schools also need to be educated as to really defining what exactly is plagiarism. Today, somebody will go copy information from ChatGPT, paste it on this tool that they use for Quillbot, paste it on Quillbot for summary, and then paste it. Pasting. When you start seeing that things don't really add up like that, you know that even if without testing, checking for AI reports, you know that this thing is not is something fishy is happening. So what I think should happen is when you are giving assignments to students, try to add some little elements of personalization such that when they write it. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Yes.
So I'm saying that we should. It's breaking.
I just allow it. It's clear from this end.
Okay. So I'm saying that we should just add some little elements of personalization, such that when you receive the report, the students should be able to add some things about their own personal experience. It should not be a question of, okay, just copy and paste. How are they able to implement what they have learned in class in their own personal life? If we do this, we'll be reducing the issue of plagiarism, and to make the students to learn more about how to make their work more original. So originality should be taken into the right context here.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Ariwa, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I've actually been talking on the muted mic. Sorry about that. So I believe the questions have been answered satisfactorily. And then we are going to move to the two remaining people raising their hands, Ms. Rosemary and Mr. Toipupola. But first, Ms. Rosemary, you can have the floor.
Thank you to Mr. Philip for the wonderful session. My question is already in the question and answer. But since you didn't see it, I said you talked about image detection. So can we use for image detection?
You want to know the tool that can be used for image detection, if you are heard correctly, right? Rosemary.
Okay.
Mr. Philip, let me just enable the second person, Mr.
Okay.
Toi Pukwala. Please, you can go ahead.
How can one use AI for detection?
For the detection, right, of image, right? That what you are saying? You are not quite audible at the end of your sentence.
The connectivity at my end is not very smooth. I said
I can.
what AI tool can be used for image detection?
Okay, that means I heard you right. Mr. Toi.
Is there?
Yeah, thank you very much, Ms. Rosemary. Yeah, your question is well noted. Mr. Toi Popola, you can unmute yourself now and go ahead with your question. Thank you.
Okay, all right, thank you. So thank you, Mr. Philip, for the presentation. Yeah, so you made mention that 40% of the global workforce will require reskilling in the next 5 years. So what practical steps can organizations take to begin this reskilling journey effectively? That's number one. Number two, among the emerging AI skills like prompt engineering, data literacy, and AI governance, which one do you believe Nigerian data professionals should prioritize to remain competitive? Thank you.
So I think you can take the two. So you can take the two questions.
Okay. So the first question, if I remember clearly from Madam Tohib and Madam Rosemary, is about image detection system, right? So for image recognition, I mentioned Google Teachable Machine, right? You can use that because it's a no-code tool. You don't need to type in any code. It does the processing for you, and then it generates the output. Now, if you want to, it creates a model for you, basically. So if you want to now maybe put it into a web page, it also generates, the code for you. It generates the HTML, the JavaScript code for you to just pick up and then put into your web page, and then you are good to go. Okay. Now, the other question that was asked is about what do I recommend? What do I think organizations should go for? I didn't quite write that question down, but I think the question was about how should organizations, what should they do basically to promote the use of AI? I think the first thing is about recognition. Every organization will recognize that AI simplifies tasks. Recognizing that they'll be able to now implement do some things like their policies. They can improve work on their policies and ensure that people start learning, how to use AI. They can also organize training sessions. Okay, I know some organizations that organize trainings for their organizations, for their members of staff, to help them to get acquainted to recent technology. So these are some of the things that they can do. So in their policy, they should state it, they should mention it, what is needed. They should also organize trainings for their members of staff that would help them to be up to date with the latest technology. Now, as it relates to data governance and then prompt engineering, I think it depends eventually on the strategic objective of the individual organization, because every organization, every business have their own strategic objectives. So what is their primary focus? Because data and AI governance is in fact, it's a different field on its own, okay? And data governance or AI governance is different from management, because I'm talking about what should be done. It is the how that now speaks to managing. So for me, if we have organizations that are focused or individuals that are focused on prompt engineering, they are using it for, whatever progress they want to make. That is fine. We should also have organizations that are also big on data governance. I would not tell you that one is best or better than the other one, but I can say that we need the variety, we need the diversity to be able to move forward as a country. So even here, we have a lot of persons on this. What if you do this? Of course, it also depends on your interest. So in summary, I would say that, they are all important, but every organization should pick out what they think works best for them based on their own strategic objectives.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. I can see one more person raising hand, Mr. Yusuf. Okay. Why can't I find Mr. Yusuf on the list? Oh, okay. Yusuf Musa. You can go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Philip, for this wonderful presentation. So my question is, what skills or habit do you believe make the biggest difference between an average data analyst and an exceptional one? And how can someone early in the career start developing them?
Mr. Philip, I believe he is the only one remaining right now, so you can go ahead and answer the question, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Yusuf, my friend, that is a very, very, in fact, I love that question so much, because like I said during the presentation, there are persons, if you go on TikTok, you see lots of persons that will come out, oh, I'm a data analyst. Oh, I'm a data analyst. Everybody says that they're data analysts. But what I think we should do is our problem-solving skill. I can't speak enough about it. If you're talking about skills and habits, let me start by talking about context. We should focus more on context. That is where the domain expertise comes in. The ability to translate the information or the data sets, but you cannot translate anything if you don't have the domain knowledge to start with, if you don't have that problem-solving skill, the problem-solving mindset. So the first thing you should think about is having that problem-solving mindset. Oh, I want to solve a problem. There's a company that is going through this issue. Oh, how do I solve their problem? What problems are they having? What's their data? These are the things that should keep playing in your head. Once you start having that problem-solving mindset, you will start asking the right questions. It is the right questions that will lead you to identifying the right solutions. And there is also something else that I think is also important. As a data analyst, you should also think of learning how to properly clean your data. So I think data preprocessing skill is also something that is very, very important. So we can start with problem-solving skill, having the problem-solving mindset, asking the right questions. But technically, you can start learning how to clean up your data. You can start mastering tools like your Excel, excuse me, your Excel, SQL, yes, Power BI, yes. These are things that you can now start learning and start becoming adept at them. Once you do that, it will help you to become a good data analyst. As a data analyst, we must not be scared of issues. Don't be scared of anything. And don't feel like you must always give a yes or a no answer immediately. You can take your time and revert back. Take your time and go through things. So don't always feel like, oh, if I don't give the answer this second, it means that I've lost it. No. So you also need to learn patience and recognize that nobody knows it all. We are all work in progress. We're all works in progress. So we keep learning, we keep improving. Don't be scared of learning. We learn, we unlearn, we relearn, and we keep going. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, our amiable speaker, Mr. Philip Okposo. It has been a big eye opener for every one of us, and we are really, really appreciative of that. So, I think this is the end of the question and answer for this session from here. So, thank you very much, Mr. Khan.
Okay, Mr. Arewa, thank you. Thank you for that session. Thank you for handling it very well. And of course, to our speaker, thank you, Mr. Philip Okwosu. Thank you once again. Okay, we have a little award presentation to you. And to handle that will be our VP, Mrs. Nkechika Collins. So, Mrs. Nkechika Collins, you have the floor.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Philip Okwosu, once more. Thank you for all the insight. Thank you for making us know that we need to upskill. We need to upskill in any area we are. I knew when I started my journey as a data analyst, I later found out that, I think I need to go deeper. And that was when I switched to data science, machine learning. And for the other guys saying they read political science, can they go further? Yes, I think my instructor in machine learning also had first degree in microbiology, and he's there teaching me that I had first degree in computer science. So there's nothing you cannot achieve. Thank you for this presentation. Thank you for the knowledge on AI. So let me go straight to what I'm here to do, and that is presentation of what our honorary award certificate. So on behalf of NSWB, it is our honor to present you this certificate of appreciation, Mr. Philip Okwosu, for your invaluable contribution to our conference. And this is in addition to the certificate of presentation you will be receiving. Please, a round of applause for our speaker. Thank you very much. It's supposed to be on the screen right now. I don't know why it's not being projected.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Tikan is just smiling.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you for gracing the occasion. Of course, we'll network. We'll keep networking. Is an ongoing thing, ongoing journey. Thank you. Thank you, Han. Have a great day. Okay. So before I hand over to our General Secretary to take the next agenda, which is induction. Let me just say this for those of us that that are new, a little brief about the structure of NSWB. Okay, so we have, of course, our website. For those that were not there from the beginning, our website is www.nsdabe.com.ng. So that acronyms is what we call NSWB. Okay, so once you log in there, you see all our details there, articles, membership criteria, everything you need to know about NSWB. You see it in that website. And also we have our motto. We have our motto, which is powering innovation and impact through data. Okay, yes, Mr. Philip, you are still there. That's your honorary certificate that we gave to you. Okay, we'll actually send it to you for you to download. Okay, so we have our motto, which is powering innovation and impact through data. And then we have our structure. We have a BOT, board of trustees. The people that anytime we have a problem, we run to them and they give us solution. The likes of Associate Prof. Noah. We have Mr. Tido. We have Madam Amina and the likes, other members. So they are our BOT. They are strong. They are very, very much behind us. I must say that. We also have NEC. National Executive Council, that comprises our state reps, and then our national bodies. We have national directors, the GenSec, the director of IT, director of media. These are strong guys that are working, so well, to put this to where it is right now. We have our committee of facilitators, team of facilitators. We have plenty structure like that. So National Executive Council, the president, the vice president, the general secretary, and then the directorate. Those make up our NEC. Then we have our SEC. Our SEC, yeah, that's the face there. Well, that's our president. Okay. That's our VP. Thank you for that. The lady that presented the award now. That's our general secretary, the capable woman. That's our financial secretary. She's the one in charge of that stuff. Oh my goodness, that's me, my humble self, director of programs and training. Okay, thank you, and she is strong. Miss Katrina, very strong, our director of media. Yes, she's done so well. She's done great job. Hey, we have the smart guy, Mr. Kingsley, the IT guru. The guy is good. Thank you for that. Thank you for displaying this. Of course, state rep. Okay, state executive. We have Mr. Korede, who is the state rep of FCT. We have Mercy, the secretary of FCT, and then the last person is the financial secretary of FCT. And then we have that's Abuja. Then we have Jigawa. So these are the states. These are the executive in Jigawa, the state coordinator, the secretary, financial secretary. Yes, we have Kaduna. Look at them, fine faces. Okay. Kano, look at them, the secretary, FinSec, and the state coordinator. We have Katsina, look at them there. Okay, yeah, beautiful faces. Kebbi, Amza, you can see Amza there. This is Kogi. These are the reps in Kogi. Okay, the FinSec and the likes. Kwara State, yeah, Madam Susan. You have Madam Susan there, and the secretary, the FinSec. Okay. Then we state Lagos, Ebenezer, the Ramdon guy, the guy that also coordinated today is there. That's in there. Then we have the secretary and the financial secretary. We have Niger State, yes, the state rep, the financial secretary, and the state secretary. Okay. Nice one. Which other states? Ogun State. Yes. Mr. Arewa, the guy that coordinated our question and answer session just now. And then with his team, the state secretary and the state financial secretary. We have Oyo State, Mr. Tohib. He also spoke today, asked some questions, some good questions. We have him and the team like that. Okay. Plateau, yes, we have the state rep, the secretary, financial secretary. We have Rivers, yeah, that's the man there, the IT man, and then Nedu should be somewhere there. And of course, Nedu is the state rep, and then IT man is also an executive there. We have Sokoto, these are the faces in Sokoto. These are the executive in Sokoto State. Okay, beautiful faces, I must say. Taraba, yes, Mr. Idris, the state rep, and his team is ESCO, financial secretary, state secretary. We have Yobe, the man that knows how to ask good questions. Mr. Yusuf Musa, the last speaker has been commending him, so he's there with the team. Zamfara, we have the Zamfara team, you can see them, beautiful faces. We have Akwa Ibom Udeme, the state rep and the executive. Okay. Which other state? We have Anambra, where strong Katrina is from, the director of media, and her team too. They are there. Anambra State. We have Bauchi, yeah, the cool guy, Mr. Yusuf from Bauchi, and his team, state rep, secretary and financial secretary. We have a big VP that presented, Madam Collins. That's him there. That's her. She is the state rep, and then the executive too, executive member. Benue, we have strong guys there. Look at them, the beautiful faces. Yeah, Borno, Cross River, Mr. Emmanuel is the state rep, and his team too. Yes, we have them there in Cross River State. And is that all? Edo, yes, we have Edo. These are the faces of this State Executive in Edo State. Yes. Okay. On to the next. Enugu. Yeah, these are the faces of the executive in Enugu State. Okay. And then, of course, we have our board of advisors. The board of advisors. Okay, these are strong guys. Dr. Franklin Uba. Okay, it's one of our board of advisors. And we have Madam Tony Dorcas Alabi, PhD. Yeah, these are great. These are great people. Okay, they are really behind us, strongly behind us. Okay, so that forms the mixture, the NEC and the SEC. We just ran through the SEC, the State Executive Council. Those are all the members in the state. That makes our SEC. We have the SEC, then the NEC, which are the national, the president, the vice president, the general secretary, and then the directorate. Okay, make up the NEC. And then I've talked about the BOT and then the board of advisors. Yeah, so these are strong team that we have, structure that we have that's that have run the association thus far. And then we are just beginning. A lot more will be achieved, and we are working as a team. You can see the team is so unique. The bond is strong because we know that together we win. So and then the sky will just be our starting point. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. So at this juncture, I will okay. I think at this juncture I can hand over to our Madam General Secretary, Miss Elizabeth Oladosu. Miss Elizabeth, I think you can take over from there. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, distinguished members.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Incoming inductees. As the General Secretary of the Nigerian Society of Data Analysts and Business Intelligence Experts, it is my honor to give a brief update on our membership structure. Oh, sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Oladosu Elizabeth Uraola. I'm the General Secretary of this great society. So, as the General Secretary of the Nigerian Society of Data Analysts and Business Intelligence Experts, it is my honor to give a brief update on our membership structure, highlight our membership modus operandi, and invite our president to administer the induction oath. I'm pleased to announce that our society continues to grow impressively with members across the following categories. We have 4 various categories. We have professional members, we have associate members, we have graduate members, we have student members. To be a associate member, you have to have minimum of 2 years experience as a data analyst or any related field, and also relevant certification. To be a professional member, you have to have at least 5 years experience as a data analyst or business intelligence expert or any related fields, and also have relevant certification from the field. To be a graduate member, you have to have at least a degree, minimum of OND or HND. Then student members are those that don't have a degree yet, like SSP. So the categories, we have 22 professional members. We have 370 associate members. We have 23 graduate members. We have 10 student members. So our total members for now is 375 members and still counting. This growth reflects our collective commitment to strengthening the data analytics and business intelligence ecosystem in Nigeria. I will now invite Toyi Pokuola to briefly highlight our membership modus operandi, which guides the expectation and responsibilities of every member. Please, can we have Toyi Pokuola?
Yeah, hello, yeah, I'm here with you, Elizabeth. Thank you. Distinguished inductees, colleagues, and members of NSW, good day to all of you. I am Toyi Pokuola, the current coordinator of Oyo State. It is a privilege to stand before you as we welcome our new members into the Nigerian Society of Data Analysts, Business Intelligence Experts. It is a commitment to uphold the standards, ethics, and values that define our professional community. As you join us today, it is important to understand what is expected of every NSW member. These expectations know our conduct and ensure that we all contribute positively to the growth of the society. Here goes our membership modus operandi. Members have attended official webinars, conferences, trainings, and they should conduct themselves at all times as responsible and exemplary ambassadors of the society. They are expected to actively support, promote, and then participate in society activities and initiatives. They are to contribute to our committees, projects, research groups, and then community engagement as at when called upon. Maintain confidentiality, professionalism, and ethical standards in all society-related matters. We are to collaborate and work harmoniously. We are to stay up to date with membership obligations, including the commitments. We are to uphold the values of integrity, accountability, innovation, and continuous learning in all professional engagements. We are to avoid any behavior, statements, or actions that may bring disrepute to the society or undermine its objective. This being said, this principle represents what it means to be a true NSW member. To be committed, be a professional, be collaborative and forward-thinking. As we take this step today, I encourage you to embrace these expectations fully. Let your membership reflect not only in our words, but in our actions, our conduct, and our contribution to the data and business intelligence ecosystem. On behalf of the society, I congratulate you and officially welcome you to NSW. We look forward to your active participation and meaningful contribution. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Toi Bukola. Thank you very much. Next on this induction segment, we have membership certificates unveiling and portals announcement. Membership certificates will be available for download at your convenience via the membership certification portal after the induction ceremony. So please, I would like everybody to take note of this important update. We are pleased to inform all members that the society now has a centralized membership portal hub where you can conveniently access all membership-related services in one location. Through this portal, you can download your membership ID card using your membership ID, retrieve or download your membership certificates using your membership ID also, generate your membership social card of fame using your membership ID. You can also verify your membership status with your membership ID or email. In case your organization is trying to verify you being a member of the society, you can verify your membership status through your portal. So you just share the link with them and your membership ID or email will be used to verify. You can also download your conference attendance certificate using your email. Conference attendance certificate is available for only those who participated in the conference program. You can also retrieve or download your conference presentation certificate using your email. The conference presentation certificate is for those that did presentation. All these services are now accessible through the link. The link will be shared to everybody. So please visit the link and explore the available portals at your convenience. So distinguished inductees, it is now time for the formal oath introduction. With great honor, I invite the President of the Nigerian Society of Data Analysts and Business Intelligence Experts, Mr. Abdullahi Balarabe to kindly administer the induction oath. Thank you, Mr. Abdullahi.
Thank you very much, our Secretary General. Secretary, thank you very much for that wonderful proceedings. Thank you very much. It is now for the members to be inducted into our noble society. So thank you very much. All inductees, please unmute your mic. All inductees should please be unmuted. Is that ready? For you? Yeah, thank you. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, President, we can hear you.
All right, thank you very much. I say everybody should repeat after me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Everybody should unmute and repeat after me. Where I call my name, you replace it with your name. Thank you very much. So go. So 1, 2, go now. I, Abdullahi Balarabe,
Tohib
I, Nkechika Kolisakwe,
a proud member of the Nigerian Society of Data Analysts and Business Intelligence Experts,
proud member of
Your Society of Data Analysts and
Society
Business
of Data
Intelligence
Analysts and
member,
Business Intelligence Experts,
do solemnly swear to uphold the vision, mission, and the core.
Do solemnly
Okay, do
swear to uphold vision,
mission and the core values of this great society.
the core values of this great society.
I pledge to maintain integrity,
I pledge to maintain integrity,
professionalism,
professionalism,
and excellence in all endeavors.
and excellence.
I promise to represent this society in honorably in my conduct.
To represent this society honorably.